Hey, Scruffy. Not at the door again, huh? Wow, ants really got to your food. So Scruffy wasn't at the door at lunch. And I left him his food. He ate most of it, but yeah, the ants got the rest. How you doing, Scruffy? Okay, he's letting me pet him. Kind of. So at lunch, yeah, Scruffy wasn't at the door. So I came out, and he was around the corner. But I put down the water, and he went right for the water. That's the very first time he's ever taken a drink before I pet him. So usually I'll put down the water and he's not that interested. So he'll come for pets, and then I put down the food, and then he'll eat the food, and then drink the water afterwards. So today is the very first time he drank the water. And then he was very uninterested in me, so he didn't want to come over for pets, he just wanted to drink the water. Eventually, I moved, and he backed away. I put down the food, which also has water in it, because I watered down the kibble. And he didn't want to come over, so instead he lied down on the deck away from me. And it looked like he was just going to get comfortable and wait me out. So I decided I was going to go in and see what he does. So after I went inside, eventually, within a couple minutes, he got up and then came over for the food and started eating the food. So he was lapping up all the water in the food, and it looks like that's what he normally does, and then he starts eating the kibble. And it looks like he got most of it, but yeah, there's a couple pieces of kibble under the balls that he didn't get. The ants were already starting to find the food, though they weren't this bad. So I think we're going to have to get some ant spray or something. I'm actually worried about the kibble that's in the storage container, because yeah, it's kind of a constant problem. I have to periodically spray. So yeah, anyway, it's a hot day today, so that's probably why Scruffy was thirsty. Although it's actually not as hot as it was the last heat wave a week or two ago. Today was actually strange. It's supposed to be hotter than it actually got, but it was cloudy all day, so we avoided the intense heat of the sun. I think it made it more humid. So I'm guessing, yeah, Scruffy got thirsty. Although when I brought out the water, it wasn't that. I mean, it's getting hot, but it wasn't that hot yet. Yesterday was worse. At least in the afternoon. And so yeah, surprised he was that thirsty so early. But he got his water, so he looks okay. And then a couple hours ago, he came out to do some pull-ups on the side, and I saw Scruffy was sleeping on the edge of the deck. He looked very comfortable. He was sprawled out. So first he was on his stomach, just sprawled out sleeping, and then he rolled over a couple times with his legs in the air. Eventually he noticed me, but he ignored me at first. And then after a while he got up and walked away, so I couldn't even see him. So I went to Costco today because I knew the heat was going to be bad. So that means Scruffy wants his food. I don't think he wants to eat the ants. Keep petting them a little longer. So I went to Costco today, and actually I bought more rotisserie chicken. So just cutting up the chicken and putting scraps aside, and I decided I was going to give him the bottom of the container because it has all the juices. But then I realized I probably shouldn't let him eat directly out of the container because the balls won't block him, and so he'll probably eat too fast if I just let him eat out of the container. So I put it back into the bowl. I'll slow him down, but I think I'm going to try to let him lick the container afterwards or whatever he wants. But yeah, anyway, so went to Costco, and yeah, they're out of a few things. So I'm gonna have to go back, I think, fairly soon. The big thing, the surprise, is milk. So I usually buy, what is it? Is that lactose intolerant or lactose-free milk? Not because I'm lactose intolerant, but they do something. It's like ultra pasteurization or something, and I think it is an effect of that process. The milk lasts much longer, so it doesn't expire quite as soon. And one of the problems I have is the regular milk expires before I have a chance to drink it all. And so I like the hyper pasteurized stuff because I can let it sit in my refrigerator for a while and not have to worry about it going bad immediately. So I was looking for it, didn't see it, and somebody else was looking for it too, and he asked me, did I know where it was? He said, yeah, his eyesight wasn't very good, so he wasn't able to read labels, but couldn't find the milk he was usually after. And so I told him, yeah, I don't think it's here. I'm looking for the same thing. And so yeah, I looked through the whole refrigerator. It's one of those walk-in type. So it was actually, I didn't mind walking in. It was hot today, so that refrigerator felt really nice. And then no spinach again. They actually had empty boxes, so they actually had it at one point, but yeah, they sold out. And oh, so they did have eggs today, and for the first time, I think the egg price has dropped a little bit. Because yeah, they were ridiculous a few months ago. They're still ridiculous now, but yeah, not nearly as ridiculous. It's like about $5 now. Last time it was like $8. Okay, I'm gonna get Scruffy's food. Oops. So, don't knock down the towel. Sorry, Scruffy, didn't mean to scare you. You're really jumpy, aren't you? It's gonna grab the brush, but wow, not having a good day here, Scruffy. Yeah, I think I knocked down the towel because I'm not used to that big tray. Wow, that's a new one. Scruffy's not interested in food. So yeah, I was surprised he skipped lunch, at least when I was around. He was skipping dinner. I'm actually a little late tonight because I was cutting up the chicken, so I thought he'd be hungrier. I think he might be walking around the table. So let's see if I'll give him a minute here. I don't think I'm going to try to brush Scruffy tonight. He's too skittish. Well, let me pet him, so I guess I'll just... Maybe I'll just go in and let him eat. I'm going to get up. I'm going to bring in the ant bowl. Scruffy walked away after I start looking at him. Still quite a bit of food left. I think I might leave it out for a bit longer, but I'm going to spray to keep the ants away. Otherwise the ants are going to swarm the food. So I just figured out why Scruffy's not hungry. Some animal managed to tip over the plastic storage container holding this bag of Meow Mix. The storage bin had latches on it, so they got the latches off. And there was also a giant, or a large hedge clipper on top to weigh it down, so it'd be hard to move the lid. So the animal was strong enough to knock over the little metal hedge clipper and get this bag open, and I think Scruffy's probably been feasting on the kibble. There's still a bunch in here, so we didn't get all of it, but wow, that's impressive. I might need to rethink about where I store the food. So this is the storage container, and so it was tipped over, and there are these plastic latches that keep the lid on, and the animal figured out how to unlatch it, and it was tipped over like that, and then obviously the bag came out, and it was under the table, so the bag is dragged out of under the table, so I'm guessing it had to be something like a raccoon. Something big. Well, that explains Scruffy's lack of hunger.